Alright, Oilers fans, listen up. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and this isn't just chatter. It's real heat. First off, some players with no trade clauses nearly came to blows with management because a few flat out refused to be moved. And that's just a start. That big, bloated contract everyone grumbles about. It might only be the tip of the iceberg. There's way more serious stuff stirring up the roster. Oh, and almost capped it off with a near trade for a top prospect who just snagged a Dream Award, but that almost turned into a draft day mess. Want the full scoop? Stick around, this story's far from over. If you bleed Oilers orange and blue, hit that subscribe button now and help us hit 1,000 subs. Let's show the league what Edmonton's true fan power looks like. Pull up a seat, because today's talk is coming straight from the heart of the ice here in Edmonton. The offseason barely kicked off, and already the rumor mill is buzzing loud among the faithful. You know, that kind of behind-the-scenes movement we usually only hear about after everything blows up. Well, this time, we're breaking it down for you first. The vibe backstage with the Oilers is all about retooling. And yeah, everything circles back to that pesky salary cap, the constant villain blocking big moves. Management's already making plays, and some key pieces have been shipped out to clear cap space. But if you think that's the end of it, hang tight, there's more coming. Evander Kane landed in Vancouver with the Canucks, and Victor Arvidsson is now donning the Bruins sweater. In return, the Oilers picked up future draft picks, a 4th rounder in 2025 they used on David Lewandowski, plus a 5th rounder in 2027. Smart moves, for sure, but that's just the surface. What most don't know, but you loyal fans will hear now, is that the Oilers went a step further. According to Elliot Friedman over at Sportsnet, the team actually approached Darnell Nurse and Adam Enrique about possible trades. Both have no move clauses. The answer, a firm no. Nurse and Enrique made it clear they want to stay in Edmonton and they believe in the team's direction. Now here's where it gets tricky. Nurse's contract is a heavy $19.25 million a year through 2029. Too many, that's a bit steep for what he's delivering on the ice. That contract came from a string of questionable decisions by the old management. Remember when Duncan Keith was brought in from Chicago? That set off a domino effect that inflated the defender market and put Nurse in a position to leverage a big deal. And he took full advantage. If you're still with me, here comes the kicker. The Oilers tried to move Nurse this summer, but he turned it down. Yep, one of the highest paid guys on the roster chose to stick around despite the front office pushing for changes. So, I want to ask you, do you think the Oilers were right to try and trade Nurse? Is keeping Enrique and Nurse the best path to a Stanley Cup run? And this is just the start, folks. In the coming days, expect some shakeups that could rattle the Oilers lineup and shuffle the salary cap again. You don't want to miss the exclusive updates we've got coming. Stay tuned and get ready to drop your thoughts, because the next news is going to be heavy. We all know summer in the NHL is a tense time, right? Moves behind closed doors, contract renewals, rumors flying everywhere. It can change the course of a franchise in a heartbeat. Today, we're diving into a decision that looks like a win, but might come with a hefty price down the road. When the contract extension was announced, a lot of us breathed a sigh of relief. Keeping a key piece locked in seemed essential to keeping that Stanley Cup window open. But was it really a relief? Or more of a warning sign? Because it's never quite that simple. There's a lot fans don't yet know about how this deal went down. And honestly, the more you dig into it, the more complicated it gets. It wasn't just a tough negotiation. It was a forced move. Sportsnet reports the Oilers were pressured into handing Evan Bouchard a $42 million deal thanks to a serious threat, a competing offer sheet from the Carolina Hurricanes. That's right, Carolina came in hot, and Edmonton had to open the wallet wider than planned. The final number, $10.5 million per year, that's $1 million more than expected. But what's really striking isn't just the price tag, it's what this deal signals. Bouchard clearly was willing to walk away from Edmonton. That raises a serious question. Does he really want to stay here? Offer sheets only work if the player's open to signing. unlike others around the league who make it clear they don't want out. Bouchard made the Oilers sweat, and that's not exactly comforting if you're dreaming of roster stability. Here's the key point. The contract's for 4 years, not the max 8. That tells me the players' camp is already eyeing a bigger cap hit in the future, wanting the flexibility to renegotiate stronger down the road. Trust me, this deal was structured to give Bouchard the upper hand later. Think about it, when those 4 years are up, Bouchard will be 28, in his prime, and the cap's probably much higher. We could be looking at a new deal worth $14 or $15 million a year. Are we ready for that? Plus, now that Edmonton folded to the offer sheet pressure, it sets a precedent. If Bouchard keeps shining as he likely will, he's going to hold all the cards in the next negotiations. Unless we're holding the Stanley Cup by then, that price tag might weigh us down. So, what do you think? Is Evan Bouchard truly committed to building a legacy here in Edmonton? Or is he just setting the stage to leave at his peak? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think about this extension. If this all sounds intense, just wait until you hear what might be behind the next batch of trades. The Oilers are moving pieces on the chessboard, and this season promises some big surprises. Stick around here. We'll get you the scoop before anyone else. Don't blink, there's plenty more coming. Now, here's a hot take about NHL behind the scenes. Moves that could shape the Oilers' future. Ever wonder how a trade that didn't happen could change the course of this team? Stay with me, I'm going to lay it all out. During the NHL draft, there was a quiet move not many caught, but it's pretty significant. Edmonton made a serious push to snag a highly touted prospect from Tampa Bay. The deal, it didn't go through, but the details are telling. According to insider Frank Saravalli, who's always got his finger on the pulse, the Oilers made an official offer for Isaac Howard, a player causing quite a buzz in hockey circles. Edmonton told Tampa Bay they were willing to trade a late first-round pick to lock down his rights. That got a lot of people in the league talking like the deal was done. Saravalli even said many insiders were surprised because it seemed like Edmonton had clinched the prospect from Tampa. But Tampa Bay said no. The Lightning found Edmonton's offer a bit arrogant and believe they can get a better return for Howard in a different deal. Saravalli says the offer was solid, but not enough to convince the reigning champs. Here's the player in question. Isaac Howard went 31st overall in the 2022 draft and has been turning heads. Last season, he won the Hobby Baker Award, given to the top NCAA player, putting up insane numbers at Michigan State. With 26 goals and 26 assists in just 37 games, Howard is projected to become one of the best wingers in the NHL, potentially slotting into Edmonton's top 6. Analyst Rono thinks bringing him in could extend Edmonton's Stanley Cup window for years. But Tampa Bay isn't budging on giving him up for a late first-round pick. Plus, Howard's market value might drop after August 2026 when he could become a free agent. So even though the offer looked good on paper, the Oilers will have to fight hard if they want to land Isaac Howard anytime soon. He's still one of the hottest names on the trade market this summer. So what do you think, Oilers fans? Should Edmonton try this trade again? Is it worth pushing harder to bring in a talent like Howard to boost the cup chase? I want to know your take down below. If you dug this exclusive update, share it around on your socials. Drop a comment with your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe for everything Oilers and NHL. We're all in this together.